Print mark is like a watermark, except it's on the physical prints that are received. So it's like could be like your logo in the bottom right corner of the image. Sharpening, I always tell people to, unless you do not like the way we're displaying your images, leave sharpening as it is, because we think we've got it set where it gives you a nice looking image on the screen, but it's not over sharpened. And the reason we add the sharpening to the display copies is that when you start off with a large image and you reduce it in size, it needs additional sharpening to look as sharp as the original size image did. And that's what this sharpening is doing. I'm going to go back up to the top in the quick settings. And I'm going to save these couple of changes as a new quick setting. And then this quick setting will be available to me in the web uploader you saw earlier or any other uploader that we have. So I'm going to save this. So now this gallery is password protected, and I changed a couple of the other settings. Here, I turned the right-click protection I was talking about earlier. I just right-clicked, and this is the message. This is the default message that will display. I haven't changed this one yet. So that's what will show up by default. All right, I'm going to show you another way of uploading now. I just opened Lightroom. Lightroom is a very powerful editing program, and it's also has a really powerful tool that a lot of people don't know about called the Publish services. The Publish services allow me to access my SmugMug site. These are all the categories I have on my site. So if I go to Portfolio, these are all my galleries that are in my portfolio category on my SmugMug site. It shows 0 photos in each of these galleries because I did not upload them through this specific Lightroom catalog. It's only going to show a number of photos that are matched between this Lightroom catalog and your actual SmugMug site. So we don't see the photo training for you gallery because I had Lightroom open before I created that gallery. To change that, I'm going to right-click on the category level and click Edit Category, and I'm going to click Sync Hierarchy. The hierarchy is just the structure, so it's the categories, subcategories, and galleries. So now, you should see it right here. And again, it doesn't show any images yet because I haven't synced the photos themselves. So to do that, I can right-click on the gallery, click Edit Gallery, and I'm going to click Sync Photos. So it shows this image has a conflict. On the left, it shows the version that's on SmugMug. It'll show you things like the file name, the camera model, the image dimensions, date taken, and the caption. In the right, it shows the same thing, but in the Lightroom version. So in Lightroom, I have the JPEG version. I also have a RAW version, and I also have a watermarked version of it. So the image that I want to sync it to is actually the JPEG because that's the one that I uploaded from. If I selected the CR2, the RAW file, as you can see, there's a visible difference because that wasn't modified in Lightroom. Or it wasn't, I should say, it wasn't processed in Lightroom. So this is basically my completely unprocessed version. But if you do have the processed RAW file in Lightroom, then you can select it to the RAW file. I'm going to choose the JPEG. Click Match, and there you go. So it's got all the images that are uploaded to this gallery right in my Lightroom catalog. And then if I want to modify an image, let's take this one. If I go to the Develop module, and let's say I want to bring out let's say I want to bring the exposure up a little bit and maybe, oops, fill light, bring out the midtones a little bit. All right. So we'll go back to the library view. And in the library view, if you go to the grid view, it will show that that image has been modified and it needs to be republished. And it'll show all the published versions down here. And let's say I don't like this image anymore. I want to remove it. Click delete. Now it shows that is a deleted photo to remove. So it will show you any modifications compared to what is on your SmugMug site. And then to update that, I'll click publish. And it's going to republish this image, and it was going to delete this image from my SmugMug site. Now when I click delete, it's just deleting it from the SmugMug site. It is not deleting it from my catalog. Alright, so now it shows that everything's finished. If I go back to my SmugMug site, you'll see that it's updated there also. 6 photos, 6 photos. And this is the edited version. Alright, so that is uploading through, oh, let me show one last thing through Lightroom. If I want to, you can even create your galleries right through Lightroom. I'm going to put this gallery in my clients category and choose, oh, actually it didn't save. It doesn't show that new quick setting because I need to sync my entire site here. It should show it now. There you go. So there you go. Now I've got a new gallery that I created right through Lightroom. And take some images from here. So I want to upload these 3 images. I will just drag and drop them right to the gallery I created. And it shows them as new photos to publish. And these are raw files. You can see CR2 right there. So they are raw files. So the Lightroom Publish service is going to convert those to JPEG and sRGB for me. So I don't need to export out of Lightroom and then upload separately. It's going to do that entire process for me. So I'll click Publish. And if I go to my site, my gallery's hidden on my home page. I'm just going to bring it back so it's easier to get to. Click Clients. And there's the gallery I created. And the photos are uploading right now, so that one's uploaded. Do a refresh. And there we go. And you'll see the photos start populating as they upload. So let's say this was a client gallery. So now I've got my gallery set up with the gallery settings, with the quick setting that I wanted. And the photos are uploading, and now I want to set my prices. Let's go to Set Prices. You can either assign a price list that is already existing to the entire gallery. The second section here is for this specific photo. So you can set a price list to an individual photo or a gallery. I want to create a new price list. So let's click Manage Price Lists. So I have some set up already, but I want to do a new one. So we'll click Create New. Give it a name, and we'll use Loxley Color. And currency, we'll leave it as pound sterling. Color correction, I'm going to turn it off, but you can leave it on. Default profit, we keep the default profit at 400% for you so that there's an automatic increase in the price when you add products to the price list. You can modify this. Let's make it 500%. I want to round that 500% up to the nearest full pound. We'll click Create. The price list starts off as empty, and you'll see all those options we just set on the right here. So the currency is there, the base profit, 500%, and the color correction and the rounding. One thing to keep in mind is that once you set the lab for the price list, you cannot change it. So you would need to, if I selected the wrong lab here, I would need to create a new price list to modify that. So let's choose a couple products. If you click on the left of a product size, it will select all of the available stock types for it. But if you want to only offer 1 or 2 stock types, you can select those individually. So I'm just going to add some luster. We'll do a 6x4, 5x7, 10x8. I like to offer 12x8 also, because especially for things like group shots where they might be close on the edges, sometimes people can get cropped out at 10x8s. So we'll do 12x8s also. Let's get some larger sizes too. Do a 30x20. And there's also other print sizes such as panoramic, square. If you want to offer canvas, let's offer a couple canvas in here. Let's do a 12x9. Actually, no, 12x8. And a large one. Do a 16x24. And then there's the other print options they have, like the block wraps, the Lumi prints, frames. The desktop are the glacier blocks. Edge prints, acrylic windows, and then at the bottom are the download prices. For there's a personal photo license, a commercial license for stills, and then the same for videos, if you have any videos in there. So I've got some products added. Let's click Done. And let's set the actual prices on these. So you can expand each one by clicking the line that has the size, or to expand all of them, just click on the header, and it'll expand all the sizes in there for you. So it has your base price, the amount of profit you'll make, and the customer's price. The customer's price is based off of that 500% base profit we set earlier. If I want to change just the standard sizes, so let's say 1,000%, and round it to the nearest 5, it will change that just for the standard sizes section. Or I can go in here and let's say I want to charge £9 for a 6x4. There you go. You just type in the price and it will set that for you. Or you can set the amount of profit, say £10 in profit, and it will figure out the final price for you. All right, and then the canvas, all the other sections will have the exact same settings in them. So now that I've got this price list created, I want to save it. So click Apply Changes, and that will save the settings. I'm going to go back and continue editing it because I want to apply it to a couple galleries. So this allows me to, let's go to my clients. Say I want to apply that price list to these two galleries. I'll click both galleries, and if you click selected, it'll show how many are selected. And Vicky and Ian is actually a subcategory, so I'm going to go into there, and I'm going to select each of the 4 galleries within that subcategory. Now if I click the selected box, it'll show all the galleries that have been selected. And I'm done. So now it shows that there's 5 galleries that are using this price list. And make sure that you change that or save it. So apply changes. So now you see the photo training for you down here. It's got this little arrow next to it now because that means it's being used by some galleries. That means that all these other ones were not being used yet. And the one with the star is for the default price list. If I want to make the photo training for you price list my default price list, I click Edit List, and I can select Make this my default price list. I'm going to back out because I don't want to change that for now. All right. So now if I go back to my gallery, see these images have been uploaded. And now if I click on Tools, Set Prices in the gallery itself, it'll show you that that gallery is using the photo training for you price list. And again, I could go in and I could change that to any of the other price lists I have set up from here.